What's going on? It's Glendon. And I know you got this problem. That's why you're watching this video. How do you find more customers? How do you make more money when you find more customers? That's one of the biggest problems that many businesses have. More customers, more money. But where do you get them? How do you automate? How do you fill up your pipeline with all of this business? Well, I'm going to tell you that and more in just a second. Be sure to watch the video from start to finish. I'm going to put some Easter eggs in there, maybe. Hey, be sure to go to hustlerskungfu.com and get your free 19 business courses. It is one of the first links below the video. Start today. You could be making money this weekend. You want to make some money, right? You want to get some gains, right? That's good. That's real good. One of the biggest problems that most businesses have is discovery and getting customers. Now, one of the reasons that's a problem is there are some things that were not done in the beginning of the formation of the business. I'm guilty of it. Clearly, you're guilty of it. And what we're going to do is fix that by taking a few steps. Even if your business is started, you can still do this. Number one, go back to the drawing board. Now, if you have a business, this doesn't mean shut down the doors or any of that nonsense. What it does mean is segment your new customers. When you segment your new customers, you treat them to new offers and new services. That way you don't alienate what you've already built. When I consult with clients, many people are like, hey, I don't want to shake up the cart. We're not going to shake up the cart. We're going to build you a new thing on top of your old thing. Now, what do I mean about segmenting your clients? Come up with new offers and new services. But before you do all of that, let's get back to the drawing board. One of the biggest problems that if you're having an extremely difficult time, I was talking to a lady yesterday. She had 4 websites and they weren't making any money. And after we went through some stuff and dialed down that she was doing too much, I said, you got to find something that you're really good at that makes money and spend 12 months only on that. Understand multiple streams of income, but before you get to the multiple streams of income, you need to get that first one down pat. So let's look at your marketplace. We're going to say that you're selling diamonds and you have the good resources, you're hooked up, you can get diamonds at wholesale, you can get anything, but you're finding it very, very hard to consistently make sales. The problem is you focused on the product first and the audience second. Let's just say you're Danny the diamond dealer and you've been at it for 2 years and it's been really hit or miss. And one day you just said, screw it, I'm out of here, I'm gonna do something else. Well, before you give it up, you just completely scrap everything and then you pick up the customers that you had and say, hey, why'd you buy a diamond from me? I mean, it seems very common sense, but most people don't do this. A lot of business owners do not conduct surveys, nor do they actually talk to their customers. For true. And then it's like, oh, well, I was looking for aisle shape brooches and you had one. Then he went out and talked to some more people and found out that these aisle shaped brooches were like really hot. And he went out and ordered some and they were instantly selling. Now, what happened was he focused on the marketplace first and the product second, because without the marketplace, I don't care what you have, it's just not going to work. You have to have something that people want. When I first started here on YouTube, and I knew that people would need a storage auction guide. I didn't know how many, I didn't know what the market was going to shape. I certainly didn't know not 1, not 2, but 3 shows were going to come on, but I knew that market existed and that's why it worked. But many of you are creating products and services for markets that don't exist and people who don't want your products. And then you're being like really, really frustrated. Now, the best way to handle this going forward is keep working with what you have and treat your new customers as a new business. And this is one of the ways for you to get more customers in your business. When someone comes into your pipeline, whether it's a service or a store, you actually talk to them. You go ahead and say, hey, why'd you come in the store? Sometimes they'll say, I was just passing by, or I was referred by such and such. This is critical information that can help your acquisition of customers easier. I'll give you I'll give you an example of something I did when we had the upscale garage sale. I used to sit by the door, and when people come in, I would greet them. Hey, how you doing? It gets exhausting, but it's important. And then I would start walking around like, how did you find the warehouse? I saw the sign. I saw the Craigslist ad. And then at the end of the day, when I had all this information, I would sit down. It's like, wow, the signs work much better than the Craigslist ads for early morning traffic. But the Craigslist ads seem to work really well from 12 p.m. until we close. So this modified my marketing behavior. I got up early, I put out even more signs, we got more traffic, and then I listed the Craigslist stuff the night before, and then after 12 p.m. I started relisting the ad over and over and over, and our traffic exponentially increased. That's what happens when you talk to people, and that's how you get more customers. Now, many people are drunk on internet fame. The best way for you to grow your business in the beginning is to talk to people. Spend more time talking to people, really talking. I have my phone number on this channel, up on this channel for a reason. And if you've been on YouTube for a while, you know most, like 99.8% of the people on YouTube don't have a phone number up. That's a mistake. And in the future, you'll see more people with their phone number prominently displayed on their channel because it enables you to talk to the client and the customer. The best way for you to handle your business or service is to treat it as a laboratory. When one person comes in, treat that person as the most important person ever and ask as many questions as you can get away with. And if you piss people off, don't worry about it. Why? Because this is the micro laboratory. If you piss someone off and you get good information, you do it on a very small scale. It's a container of risk. It's a very small pool of risk because there's only a few people. So you're not making that mistake over and over again on a larger pool. Second thing that you should do is spend a lot of time being your customer. One of the reasons my storage auction book worked because I was the customer. I knew what people wanted. I knew that loading was an issue. I knew that finding auctions were an issue. And that's why I spent a lot of time on those areas, because those two things can make or break your business. Because there's so many auctions, and here in Atlanta at one point they were all going on at the same time. Then I had to create my jump strategy. And straight up, when there was this whale here, and I only had like 5,000, and I knew collectively this group over here that would work together on the good unit have 30, 40, 50 grand, I couldn't win. So I was like, they're here, he's here. Pull out my list and roll out over here, and I would be the whale over there and get better units for less. That's a strategy. That's what comes from being a part of the business, being a part of that demographic. But as long as you just read books and you don't really put any skin in the game, and you don't put some pads on and suit up and go out and play, you're going to be in trouble. And you're going to have your lunch eaten and customers taken by people who are doing these things, because I'm here to tell you that traditional marketing has lost a lot of its impact. And going forward, you're going to see many what I call DACA advertising, documentaries that's really advertising, shows that are really advertising. It already happens, but the scale that it's going to happen is going to be insane. And what these people are doing, which is smart, is they're talking to people, taking that information and crafting these shows, crafting these commercials, because you're seeing commercials that are just brilliant because they have to be. And you can do that on your level with your business by, we have some dog action over here, by focusing on the marketplace and the customer first, products and services second. Because if you get a really good read on the customer in the marketplace, your product can be substandard. And I'm not saying don't make your product substandard, but in the beginning, it is better to go with a substandard product and go out there and ask for feedback and make it better. And this is why. You could be having all of these features, these bells, these whistles that nobody wants. There's a company, and research it. It's Basecamp. Well, 37 Signals. I think it's Basecamp now. Well, that's the name of their product. And the author, the founder of the company, Jason Fried, and his partner wrote this book called Rework. Go ahead, check it out. Rework. I'm saying that because people be getting confused and stuff. And it really points out why this company, which only has like 25 employees, does 7 figures a month, is because they give clients what they need and they take out all of the fluff. So if you go out with a minimum variable product and then you're like, well, we don't really need this thing here, we don't need this doodad here, and just give people exactly what they want, it works. Like when I made the transition from PCs to Apple computers, it was like, oh, because I turned it on, went through the things, and it worked. I didn't have all this bloatware and all this crap that I had to remove or stuff that was popping up that drove me crazy, because it was a seamless user experience. And you can do that on your level with your business. Definitely something to think about. Because if you're going out there, quote, looking for taking your product first and thinking, man, everybody's going to love this, you're going to be disappointed and broke. There's too many options out there. There's too many choices for you to be playing that wheel of product roulette. There's just too many options out there. So test 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, survey, ask questions, and then go out to the marketplace with your product, and then ask more questions, and then bring it back to the workshop, go back out and sell it hard, fast, rough, and rugged. Because once you figure out those things and you give people exactly what they're looking for, they'll buy more and they'll recommend you and refer you to their friends and family, which become even easier sales. So that's how you find more customers. That's where the customers are, because it's really customer centric versus product centric. And that's one of the things that is really messing up people. There's a group that I'm a member of, and I wrote my story about how I hacked my way into Rent-A-Crate, and it was a group of salespeople and my tribe. And I wrote this thing, and it got an amazing response because it was the right thing for the right people in the right place. I put that post up, and last time I checked, it had like 500 likes, bunch of shares, and 75 people just friended me over the 3 days. So that is the power of putting something in the right place with the right people at the right time. Hopefully you found this message useful. Be sure to subscribe, like, leave a comment in the comment section about customers, marketplaces. What happens here is a lot of time you get people who get all hung up on superficial stuff, and they don't watch the video and they just want to have these conversations. What I like to do is have the conversation focused on people who are building businesses. Now, I have a very expensive program. This is your Easter egg if you made it this far. It is $2,500 a month. So if you see this Easter egg and you qualify, and what it is, it's a mentoring program. There's no website or nothing yet. There's a Facebook group, but there's no website. I will bring you in at $1,750 a month if you see this Easter egg. I'll bring you in at $1,750 a month. There might be another deal that's going on. You should know about it if you're aware. But in the future, for folks who see this video, months or maybe a year into the future, if the price goes up, and I think it will, I will knock off 20%. Yes, 20%. Now 30%. So if it's $5,000 a month, that's $1,500 off, and that brings it down to $3,500. So that's your Easter egg for the Premium Seller Mentoring Coaching Program, which is I take your business apart. I help you design processes and systems to make more money for your business. Very different consultant. I get really deep in your business, and you have a lot of access toward me, of me during the first few weeks, because that's when a lot of stuff is going down. But that's my deal to you in the future. If you catch this in a few weeks, $1,750. If it's months down the road, I'll take 30% off, and you have to mention the Easter egg from the second video in the How to Start a Business Fast series. because that's what this is. This is the second video. Yeah, you have to put all that stuff in there. I'm gonna make you work for it. Yep. So with that, I'll see you in the next video.
Right in and start day one in the National Football League. I watched him throw today. He didn't wow me. Connor Cook didn't wow me. Carson Wentz didn't wow me. I thought Paxton actually looked the best out of quarterbacks that threw today. Paxton Lynch from Memphis, we had here on CBS Sports Radio just a couple of weeks ago. Good kid, good size, 6'7", gotta love him. Didn't like some of the games that he had. His bowl game, the game against Temple this year, had some middling performances. So I don't have him ranked as high as Wentz or as Goff, to be truthful with you. But I wasn't wowed by any of the quarterbacks. So if
body language is the kind of talk I'm fluid in. Why don't you stop talking about it and come and do it then? Written on your face, like yeah, I'm trying to do it, Dre. Event planning, we just need a spot to do it in. Head into engagements, head behind arranged tents, fruits of my labor, edible arrangements. They get a little messy. Sweater new, Jay's mix. She say when she done with me, I better go and change that. The sweater, I don't know no bit better.
first, man.
Streets 94.5.